Welcome to Horror Year, where every story is a journey into the unknown. If you're brave enough to face your darkest fears and uncover the most chilling tales, you've come to the right place. So, dim the lights, turn up the volume, and subscribe to Horror Year. Your journey into terror begins now. Little things that you would normally shrug off as unimportant were the first. Sometimes my mother would forget something crucial, like a tale she had told me the day before, or her voice would sound a little different. I didn't give it much thought, though. I mean, everyone has bad days. Things gradually got stranger over the course of 2 months. My mother, or the person I believed to be my mother, appeared to undergo minor yet frightening transformations. Her eyes didn't look as bright, and sometimes it seemed like she was watching me more than just laughing. She also didn't seem to be laughing as much. She was standing motionless in the kitchen one evening, just staring at the wall. "Mom?" When I called out to her, she remained silent. As I approached, her head abruptly turned in my direction, causing me to startle. She smiled, but it wasn't the smile I recognized as she fixed her gaze on mine. It was too angular and too wide. "Dinner's ready," she uttered in a voice that was nearly exactly like her own, but with a hint of unease that made my skin crawl. I convinced myself that I was simply hallucinating. Stress, I thought to myself. Maybe I was just weary, but school was hard. But the sensation persisted. The feeling of dread increased daily. Sitting in the living room, her actions were excessively methodical and measured. She would inquire about my day, but I got the impression that she was more curious about my responses than my responses to her queries. There were also moments when I saw her examining herself in the mirror and stroking her face as though she wasn't sure it was truly hers. I once heard faint whispering coming from downstairs while I was laying in bed. I slipped out of my room and walked carefully down the stairs. The closer I got to the kitchen, the louder the voices became. Glancing around the corner, I found her standing with the refrigerator door ajar. She wasn't looking inside, though. Her voice was low and odd as she spoke something to the darkness inside. It sounded like she was speaking with something or someone inside the refrigerator, but I couldn't make out what she was saying. She stopped abruptly, as though she sensed my presence. Her head cocked slightly, and I fled hastily back to my room, heart palpitating. Everything appeared normal again the following morning, but I was unable to get rid of the terror that had begun to grow inside of me. I attempted to converse with her, hoping she would recall anything odd, but all she could do was give me that lopsided smile and reassure me everything was fine. Then there was the night I heard someone clawing when I woke up. It originated from within my wardrobe. Heart pounding, I sat up and listened. It sounded like nails dragging over wood, soft but unwavering. With my feet shaking as they touched the floor, I carefully climbed out of bed. When I got to the closet door, I was unsure. Despite my every instinct telling me not to open it, I was unable to control myself. I opened the door by turning the handle slowly. I noticed a man hunched in the corner within, in the little light. It was my mother, or at least it appeared to be. However, there was a grave problem. Her skin was pallid and clammy, her clothes torn. Her eyes were wide with fear as she glanced up at me. She uttered in a faint, raspy voice, "Help me. It's not me in the world. It's something else entirely." With shock still fresh in my memory, I staggered back. Who or what had I been living with for the previous 2 months if this was my mother? The bedroom door creaked open, letting the other mom enter the space before I could respond. Her smile turned hideous as she turned to gaze at me and then at the figure in the closet. "You ought not to have discovered," she growled, losing all humanity in her voice. I had no time to reflect. I reached inside the closet and took the real mom's hand. With the imposter's footsteps echoing behind us at an unnaturally fast pace, we bolted from the house. We kept going till we got to a neighbor's house, where we banged on the door hysterically for safety. We never returned to that residence. The police discovered it empty when we notified them. No evidence of the imposter or any indication that anyone had ever lived there could be found. However, I will never forget the moment when a horrible creature appeared among us wearing my mother's face and tricked everyone, including myself.